So I woke up today and I had a bunch to film. I am filming some sponsorship videos over on TikTok and Instagram, and it's been fun, but it's definitely time consuming. I would argue almost just as time consuming as it is to film YouTube videos. At the end of the day, you will constantly find me on YouTube way more than you'll find me anywhere else. So today I wanted to do a wear test. As you guys can see, my skincare is already finished. What I have on the face right now for moisturizer and for eye cream, I have on the Innisfree Green Tea Seed Hyaluronic Cream. I have been testing this out, and honestly so far I've really been liking it. I feel like it's very hydrating. Don't know if you guys noticed, but I finally put you on a tripod because normally I film with you on my desk and then I don't know, the angle sometimes is weird. It's honestly a lot easier, but like I've just been lazy, so finally got on my tripod. I've been using my Innisfree green tea caffeine bright eye serum. I was super excited about this because it has a built-in roller ball, and I love it because I don't have a ton of like under eye products that I love, so I'm always willing to try out new eye creams. And as you guys can see, like once you go ahead and roll it, the product disperses out of here, but also it's really nice and cooling. But I have some new foundations I want to test with you. I have the It Cosmetics CC Cream. I have two different formulas. I have the Natural Matte, which comes in the blue packaging. And I also have the normal formula that comes in the original packaging. I think today we are going to probably just start out with testing the OG formula just because I've been the most curious about this one, and then in a few weeks you guys will see the natural matte finish. It is a full coverage cream. It says it's anti-aging and hydrating. This is broad spectrum SPF 50, so while it's not going to replace your SPF, it will add another layer of SPF, which we love. I have this in the shade Neutral Medium, so hopefully this is my shade. For the sunscreen, it is 9% titanium dioxide and 6.3% zinc oxide, so we have different kinds of sunscreen in here. I love packaging like this because I feel like it's just a lot more practical and you don't have to be worried about it breaking, which with some of my other foundations, I feel like I'm always worried about it breaking, or traveling with it could be, a little bit of a nightmare. And it has a pump. So I just love this because I feel like they could have made it like a squeezy tube, but making it a pump just makes it so much easier. So with this product, they also sent over the It Cosmetics brush. It comes with the concealer brush on one side and the foundation brush, but I've been, first of all, I love anything dual-ended because I feel like it's so much easier, especially when it comes to traveling. This side is doing a lot better. I do have redness. I also waxed this morning, so there might be some additional redness. And I have an active pimple right here, one right here, that I got from wearing a baseball cap, which I never wear those, but I've been trying to wear them when I go on walks so I don't get like sun damage on my face. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, so I'm loving the neutral undertone. It's definitely a little too light for me. This is probably like my winter shade. This also smells a lot like, I don't know, candy almost. It just definitely is scented. So now we're going to use the brush that it came with because I'm assuming you're meant to buy these together. Okay, wow, this is definitely giving me coverage. And it's definitely neutral, as you guys can see. Like when you're dotting it on, I feel like it goes on very thin. Not very thin, but like it feels thin. But once you start to blend it in, it kind of starts to feel thick, almost like a sunscreen. The fact that this is only one layer is kind of crazy because that looks so good. It Cosmetics CC Cream, my face in all its glory. So we're going to go ahead and do the other side of the face. We're going to do one pump, which looks like that. I honestly feel like one pump could have did the entire face. I feel like now you're starting to see the color difference. I also, looking back, I think I would just do one pump all over the face and not one pump on each side. On this side, I went in and I kind of like dotted it on the face, and on this side, I went in just like directly with the brush. So I feel like I got more product on this side, but I prefer the way that this side looks over this side, if that makes any sense. 316. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, which I'm gonna speed through, but you can obviously stay to watch that. I'm gonna probably test out a few new products here. But so far, I do really like this. I think, like I said before, I'd probably just not be as heavy-handed with it as I was today. LYS bronzer stick, which I fear at this point should not be a surprise to anybody because this is like the best bronzer on the market. Even though I've tried a bunch, and you guys have seen me use the Patrick Ta one a lot, I think I prefer that for contouring the nose, and I prefer this like all over the face. You guys know we have to be a little bit heavy on the bronzer today. I have these Rhode blushes. I have the Toasted Teddy blush, and then I have the Piggy blush. I feel like I get more use out of Toasted Teddy just because it like works. I think I also just prefer like a neutral blush, and I do really like Piggy as well. I think this is a really good everyday blush color, but sometimes it's a little bit too pinky and a little bit too bubblegum for what I'm going for. So I'll go ahead and I'll probably post that video on Shorts. So in case you don't have TikTok, you can always still watch me try them on. But I think today we're gonna probably go for, actually I'll probably just try them on here as well. I love Toasted Teddy because it's the perfect neutral blush. And even though it's neutral and leaning towards being brown tone, it still pulls pretty warm on me, as you guys can see. Trying to not be super heavy-handed. It kind of gives more of a sunburnt look, which I actually really like. And then I'm just going to use the same brush to blend in Piggy. And you'll see what I mean. Piggy is just more of an everyday friendly kind of blush, but for some reason I just don't reach for Piggy a whole lot. Which is crazy because I feel like last year around this time I was only wearing pink blush, like super baby pink blush. This one is just more warm and more toasty, and then Piggy is just your traditional like bubblegum kind of pink. Probably just gonna mix them together just to see what color it makes. I just feel like Rhode should be sold in like at least Ulta. I would purchase more from them if they were readily available. Like, I have to go out of my way to purchase from them. It has to be something I really want, which obviously you guys know I'm pretty much obsessed with blush. So in this case, like, I did go out of my way to buy it, but I just can't see myself doing that. I feel like she's really up there with like obviously like a lot of celebrities because of who she's married to, and I feel like she could have initially launched in store. You know, like it's not like she's like a startup, you know what I mean? Like she really could have probably did a deal with Sephora or Ulta, and I just don't know why she didn't. We're gonna do some Dior Backstage Concealer. In terms of like new products that I've been keeping my eye out for, I saw that Dior launched a stick foundation that honestly looks really nice, but I feel like the shade range is a little weird. I might have to try it. One of you guys told me that if you go to Sephora, they might still have the old version of the Givenchy Prism Libre powder. So I feel like I might have to do a Sephora trip just for that reason, because I really, like, if I can find an old Givenchy formulated powder, I'm definitely picking it up. But also, if you want a video of me testing the old Givenchy powder, because I do have it, with the new one, like side by side, let me know. Because I feel like that's something I really want to see on someone with my skin tone. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you would have seen that I ranted, like literally ranted about the Givenchy powder not being available, which I actually posted that on Shorts. So if you're on Shorts, you would have seen it as well. And Laura Mercier actually reached out to me and they were like, we saw your video about you ranting about not having a good setting powder, but we have a ton, so do you want to try some of our setting powders? For the eyes, I already have on nothing up there, and I'm kind of liking the look, especially when I wear lashes. So I might not even put anything in there because that's just my natural lid color. I pulled out my NYX Wonder Stick because I wanted to use the deeper side. I really haven't gotten a ton of use out of this, and I don't know why, because it's also a pretty good formula. I think I need to do an updated everyday makeup drawer because I think we need to start switching out my products every month. But I'm just going to use the powder portion. Skin Hugging Foundation Brush. Oh my god, it's from It Cosmetics too. But I can't see myself using this for foundation. So we're going to use it for bronzer. Just going to kind of get it on there. It's honestly a really, really soft brush. Oh yeah, you could see that. I just want it to, be a bit deeper in those areas. Gonna use it while we still can. I heard that the reason they got rid of it is because this formula that I have has talc in it, and they reformulated without talc, but it is a shiny finish, which I don't know why they did that. It's so finely milled too. That's an insane difference. I think that the face looks really good now that we've set it down. I also want to go in and do a light set around the face with my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. This is another favorite of mine. Okay, so I went ahead and I did my lips. I actually am using my Buxom Creamy Chocolate, which I use all the time. And then I put the Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 Pinky Brown shade all over the center. So that's what that combo looks like on me. But I feel like the face is looking really good now that it's all set down. It's very, very matte, which isn't my usual go-to. But I think that that means it'll be really nice and long-lasting throughout the day. We're gonna wear this for the next couple hours and I'll check in. I wanted to do another check-in just so you guys can see how the foundation is wearing. And I must say, I find that I like this more as the day goes on. When I initially applied it, I felt like it was super matte and so full coverage and borderline cakey. At least in this area, I felt like it was a little bit cakey. But as it's worn in, I feel like it's worn in so nicely. And you can kind of start to see my natural oils peeking through, but I will say it's definitely holding up a lot better than my usual satin slash dewy finish foundations, because at this mark my face would normally be pretty dewy, like borderline oily, but I feel like I just look really healthy. Like I don't think I look super over the top dewy and luminous. So I feel like if you are somebody who enjoys a more matte finish, I think that this is definitely going to be for you. And I feel like it's also worn a lot better than most of my matte foundations, because I find that with matte foundation sometimes it can just be overwhelmingly dry feeling on the skin and also tend to like look dry and get flaky. Whereas this one I feel like kind of settles in on the face and ends up looking a lot more satin and a lot more natural on the face. I'm definitely impressed, especially seeing myself in natural lighting, which I probably already showed you guys that clip, but just seeing the way that it looks in natural lighting has also a big thumbs up from me, because sometimes things look great in studio lighting and then tends to look a little bit heavy or just not the way that I want it to look in real life. I feel like all of my SPF products are more natural. So you guys know I have the CL skin tint, I have the Tower 28 skin tint. So most of my skin tints have SPF, and I don't really have a lot of fuller coverage foundation with SPF. So I think this will fit nicely into my collection. I don't think that it oxidized. I just think that I was able to bronze my skin accordingly, and now it just looks so much more natural and it matches, you know, the rest of my body. I think this is like one of the first things I've tried from IT Cosmetics, so now I'm curious to see how their other products match up. I will say this is probably the most popular thing I've heard from them. I haven't really heard about them much beyond this foundation, but if you guys have any other IT Cosmetics favorites, definitely let me know so I can check them out. And if you guys have any video requests for here or for TikTok, also let me know. You can comment down below or you can DM me on Instagram. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I definitely had fun. It's been a while since I've done a foundation review, but I have a few more foundations I want to test. On TikTok and Instagram, I mentioned that I really want to try the new Patrick Ta foundation coming out and the Dior Forever Stick foundation coming out as well. So it looks like we are back into doing foundation reviews every week. So definitely make sure you stay tuned and don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram for short form content at ANGELINASERENAXO. And you can also follow my lifestyle channel on here at ANGELINASERENAXO as well. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.